Navi used to always beat Douglas.
Oh,
and
wow.
then recently, I mean always, 100% of the time. Never lost to him. And then I think the last either 2 or 3 times Douglas has won. So I want to see if the trend has completely turned around or if it's like an aberrant phenomena.
I mean, they are brothers, so.
They are. They are actually brothers. Anyway, starting out, a bunch of zoning. Just what you would expect from these two characters, obviously. But no one has a substantial lead. I think Douglas is slightly edging him out. I mean, obviously from the percents, but
Right.
I feel like he's winning neutral also a little bit more. Navi seems to be struggling harder.
You know, I'd love to stay in chit chat, but it's past my bedtime. Nah, just kidding. It's about to be my bedtime though, so I gotta go.
Why do you even come here?
Because I want to play. I want to get better.
No, not the event. Why'd you come to the comment?
Because you said something. I'm like, you said stream chat, and I was like, what?
Well, I was lying about the chat, asking for you so that you would be like, oh, they want me, and I would come. Anyway, F Smash kills Navi.
I didn't think they want me. They don't even know who I am.
Oh, darn. My bait didn't work. You still came here anyway and wasted my time. So that's good.
Yeah, that's what my parents say too.
Tell your parents you're a big boy now.
Yeah.
And speaking of big boys, yeah, get out of here. Navi's R.O.B. Calling out that landing with a down smash. Oh, that was a good recovery by Douglas. Douglas is always playing a very patient neutral. Oh, PJ, what are you doing there, guy? That's right. Limit just said that was a sexy pose. I like being complimented. But I also like complimenting others. Like Douglas, at one point he was going back and forth, and I think Douglas is just a better player in this game, at least at adapting, because he is yet to lose a stock. He has that up smash could have ended the game right there if he had a proper punish. But right now, Douglas is basically his game to win, because there's not any like R.O.B. basically at this point has to go for raw kill moves or get a throw. So as long as he can avoid the grab and keep playing defensive, he's going to rack up more and more damage, and it's way more likely for Olimar to get an easy hit because he has safer moves. So I do not see Navi taking this game. It'd be extremely difficult and impressive if he did, but I'm almost certain game one's going to go to Saul. Well, let's see. Just kidding. There's no way. He's doomed. Douglas not getting impatient. So, like, well, he's going to go for a gyro setup, but it's pretty easy to avoid. This is just a struggle. This is a R.O.B. struggle. What's he going to do? His shield almost broke. Dear Lord. Yep, that smash going to take it. Even if he shielded it, I feel like he literally might have had his shield pop, or it would have poked. Like, his only option was to roll, which is predictable, and potentially reactable too, even after the F smash. So Douglas is looking like he's at this point kind of fully overcome his at one point demon Navi. But Navi's got his notebook. He's taking this game seriously. He wants to win. He's not gonna let it. He's not gonna just lose for free. He's not gonna give up. It's not in his character. At least not right now. But we'll see. Alright. Instead of a back and forth, I was going to say instead of a back and forth, it looks like Douglas is taking more control of this game, but it looks like it might be a little bit like the first game where it's just a back and forth at the start of the game, and then whoever adapts best ends up taking a substantial lead. So, like, it's trade after trade. I think both Navi and Douglas just aren't worried about each other. Like, they don't care about the other character's options at low percent, so they're more willing to take risks. And so they're both just getting hit by a lot of different things. And once it gets closer to, like, once it gets to higher percents when they're actually scared of each other, you see the much more safe play. Douglas is ready for the safe nair. Navi's going to have to come up with some new tricks, because Douglas just knows what to do in all these situations. It's just not cutting it at this point. And you're much closer at this percent to dying than the other one, so you can't just be trying to go for reads if your opponent kind of has a download on you. Like right there, good recovery. Oh, but he wasn't ready for the trump. So 65% on Douglas is kind of similar to the last game. The back and forth early stock, and then just the lead just builds up slowly more and more in Douglas's favor. And this can actually be really frustrating. Unless you have a character like mine, which is broken and can make a comeback at almost any percent. When you're down against Alamar, it's very hard to get it back. Unless... Oh, did I get killed? Nope. Good DI. But it's hard to make a comeback like this because Alamar's neutral is low. Oh, wow. That might have busted his shield. His neutral is actually decently broken. It's not God tier, but it's such a good defensive neutral. You got to deal with those side Bs and those pivot grabs. But Navi is actually doing quite a good job. Like, as long as he keeps... Oh, that's going to kill. Yeah, as long as he's kept him at the corners and he didn't let him stay on stage for very long. That's actually pretty impressive. It could have been... The lead for Douglas could have got way, way bigger as we saw in the first game. But he was able to mitigate it. So, not an even game, but way, way, way more doable. And yeah, I really do think it has to do with percent, how they play neutral against each other, because Douglas is playing less safe because he has less things to fear. And if he's not careful, this lead he's going to have is going to just go away. Just kidding. He's going to... Oh, I thought I was going to kill. I thought it was over. No. Oh, that's a decent mix-up. But fortunately, lag. And that looked like a true combo. That was just I think that was a fortunate combination of Pikmin, because that looked like a true combo. Honestly. Hey Douglas, come commentate with me for a bit. Commentate with me, because you got a little bit before you can play. I'm gonna have Douglas commentate with me because I don't like commentating by myself.